Well, I guess we're going to find out if it's going to be on and popping here pretty soon. President Trump has announced military strikes, joint strikes with the UK and France against Syria for alleged gas attacks, chemical attacks against his own people. You know, it's kind of funny that every time it seems like the United States is close to pulling out of Syria, Assad goes and does the very one thing that's going to keep them there and also get some bombs dropped on his head. Just doesn't make sense. But here we are. Nevertheless, on Friday the 13th of no less of a day, you know, got kind of wonder about that too, if you know what I'm talking about. I was watching one of the broadcasts and at the end of the briefing, one of the generals said that they were going to be combating disinformation that was going to be coming out. Now, you know, that just sets off a red flag there. Disinformation. What if it's just information? You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and we said, well, they said this strike was going to happen, but also the inspectors were coming there to check. And I was thinking, well, if this attack happens before the inspectors get there and get a chance to do their investigation, you know, that kind of seals the deal. So anyway, you know, China has said they're going to back Russia. And right now they're sitting back waiting for the Russian response. Now, you know, say what you want to say about Putin. He's been pretty reserved here. And during this whole last year or so, couple of years, I remember Turkey shot down a Russian jet because it crossed over into their airspace for 17 seconds. Do you think for 1 minute that if that had been Russia shooting down a U.S. jet or some other country Syria shooting down a U.S. jet, do you think we would not have retaliated and possibly gone full-fledged war at that moment? So, you know, if that had happened, you can best believe there would have been some kind of military response. So at this point, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail, but you can't expect Russia to keep holding their tongue for every incident. And you got to imagine what kind of pressure is Putin under from his generals. You know, generals want war. I don't care what country they come from. And at this point, it looks like Putin is backing down or being weak. So, you know, they've got the little instigators over there. You know, we've got to do something. We can't let this stand. Anyway, that's the way it is. And we'll see what happens in the days to come. Peace.